Welcome back to another episode of 50 Sixi'n. We're dealing with new sleep schedules, still having technological issues. It's
Yeah.
driving me fucking crazy. But we also have a lot of fucking positive shit going on for the Street Tales Network and Street Tales and 50 Sixi'n. But,
Finally
uh,
charting.
oh, buddy, we've talked about before that imposter syndrome, but
Mhm,
it's also like, you know, in your wildest dreams, could you ever imagine
mhm,
the things that are happening? And I was talking to some people the other day, and I'm like, I've always sat back and listened to podcasts or read books or watched TV, you know,
mhm.
whatever. And I'm like, man, I could do that shit. But I'm 42. I've never done it.
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever.
Mhm,
I was 40 before I started doing any of it. And I'm not saying it's not a lot of work, but like when it starts working and things are
mhm,
going in a positive direction, you're like,
mhm.
is this for real?
I hear you.
Listen, I'm still working my day job, so ain't nothing crazy's happened yet.
Yeah, I feel like it would take well, for me, it'd take a lot of money for me to not do my day job because I enjoy it, but,
But we'll
um,
save that for what is rich. But yeah,
yeah, yeah.
because I started thinking about that shit too. I was like,
It's funny, I was listening to something. It was a podcast, um, but you just brought up something that, was interesting that the guy, so the guest on the show
yeah,
was, um, for those of you who are familiar with '90s basketball, probably like, he was like, Steph Curry type before Steph Curry was around, or whatever, right? Um,
Marbury.
no, 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 before him.
Oh, okay,
He changed his name, but his name is Mahmoud Abdul Rauf.
okay.
Um,
I don't know who that is.
that was his name that wasn't his name in college. He played at LSU, Denver Nuggets. Great. I remember growing up watching him. He was great, right? But he was saying how you were just talking about being successful, very very successful. In
Yeah.
college, NBA career clearly. Was in the NBA. But he was talking about he had a hard time dealing with success because, and he made a very valid point. He wasn't used to seeing the success or everything that he had grown up. Um,
Mm.
like watching and being kind of like molded by. He talked about watching Sanford and Son. Now, obviously, I'm not old enough. I mean, that's before my time.
I
Sanford
watched
and
that
Son.
shit.
Well, you're older than me, brother.
Oh, bro, I'm not lying. Go ahead,
so,
continue,
so
continue.
you know what I mean. So I didn't grow up watching that, right? But he pointed what he pointed out about the show is that the characters on the show were always trying to like get out of um trying to get out of the shop or get out of the rough patch or get out of the ghetto for lack of a better term, right? He's like, in every time they would kind of get close, something negative, like something bad would happen, and kind of like they fall back down. They get up and then kind of like fall back down. And he's like, I just grew accustomed to looking at that all the time. And so like when he was like, it was hard for me to enjoy my success in the NBA because I had just been accustomed to what's going to happen bad to like
Yeah,
bring it
waiting.
back.
You
He's
waited
like
for the
waiting
other
for
shoe
the
to fall.
shoe to
Yeah,
drop. And I was
yeah.
like, I was like, dang. So you said that, I was like, yeah, I don't, I don't know. That's like, I'm sure it is like a programmable thing. And I don't think that, I mean, my parents never taught me to fear the other shoe dropping. I was like, hey, you expect, you expect to be successful. Like everything you do, you should always expect to be successful, right? I mean, hell, my academically, my parents were always like, you should be getting straight A's and everything. Like that is the expectation. That's the goal or whatever, right? And
Yeah.
so it's not a surprise. And we talked about this before. It's like when people go to like graduations and like they're all like super excited. I'm like, did you not expect to be successful? Like you're celebrating like you weren't expecting this to happen. So it's like sometimes for me it's hard and that's kind of like why I have that view on certain things. Like I don't enter into things or do things with the mindset of like the like not being successful doesn't even really enter my inner matrix of like thought of like, oh, I might not be good at this, oh, this might not work out. That rarely ever enters my brain, like at all.
Yeah, and we did talk about the graduation thing, and I'm gonna
Hmm.
stand by graduations aren't for you. than for everybody around you that went through
Yeah.
it with you. Now, listen,
Mhm.
if nobody went through it with you, I didn't go to my graduation for my master's.
Mhm.
I was solo on it. Well,
Yeah.
I should have invited you because I vented to you more than anyone else. But
Yeah.
anywho, besides that, I was solo. Also, I'm still going to say I will never understand the dramatic response to graduating when like people are rolling around on the
Yeah. Yeah.
stage and
Yeah.
backflipping, cartwheel, and falling out. No,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
to
You
me.
sent
It's
your
like,
kid to you sent your kid to school for 12 years. We all knew this was coming. Like, what the fuck?
yeah, yeah. Well, and
Like,
actually, I'm not even
what?
talking about high school graduation. I'm talking about like professional stuff and
Anything. Anything.
but yeah, high school is important. Once again, it's
Mhm.
exciting. It's a almost like a transition into adulthood for your
Yeah.
child, but it's also, and this is why I'm going to keep saying it. It's not really for your child. It's like they survived,
Mhm.
and I did at least the bare minimum parenting that they graduated.
Yeah.
Whatever their status, they graduated. It's like box check.
Yeah. Yeah. That I understand. I get it. I understand
Yeah.
that 100% completely for sure.
Now,
Uh,
weddings though, I would say I'm gonna tap back to the last one.
mhm.
I think all the parents, they should be the dads or whatever rolling
Yeah.
out, falling out in the aisle because like you're not on my cell phone plan no more. I'm not paying your car no.
It's not my responsibility anymore.
Not me, not me.
100%. Which is not a guaranteed thing. So yes, it's yeah. So
Yes,
that
that
I
see, that
understand.
is not
See,
guaranteed.
I understand that more. It's like we didn't know this was going to happen. We hoped, we were
Yeah,
hoping this would happen, right? So
hoping you pray.
you know what I mean. So like getting, I'm not saying not out of character, but like being more excited about that is I understand that more because
Yeah,
that's not a guarantee. We weren't didn't know this was going to happen. We're very, very excited for it to be happening. So that I understand a little bit more. But um, even as you were talking about it, a lot of new things happening um, in the imposter syndrome. As I was dealing with some of that this first week, not having it, I was like, I don't have it, but I was like, okay, this is. It's like once you like some of the
football style,
excitement.
baby.
Yeah, like I said, like the oh yeah, like the excitement has kind of like okay has kind of like washed over. It's okay, but now we gotta like now you gotta show and prove. And I gotta prove why you belong in this space, why you belong here. Um, and I'm excited to be back in a space in an area that was kind of trial by fire the first time. I think it's kind of full circle
It
for me.
is.
It's kind of
It
full
is.
circle for me because that's where we started at.
Yep.
And it was trial by fire,
Yeah.
sink or swim kind of deal. So I think it's for me, it's kind of like full circle to start a new chapter back in the same space where it's very busy. It's very, um, the stigma of the area is what it is. So I'm like, you know what? I'm embracing it more because I know obviously I've been through it, the first time. So now coming back to it, it's okay. I'm gonna embrace this and like, yeah, this is a good place to start. And it's like, yeah, if you can handle this, then you'll be perfectly fine. Yeah.
I gotta say, because I'm only going. Obviously, I was not able to make it, but
Hmm.
based on the pictures and the posts of the
Hmm.
ceremony,
Yeah.
the promotional ceremony, phenomenal. That's got to feel good.
Yeah.
Compare that with another friend of mine who got promoted to sergeant in another
Hmm.
different agency, different state. I was like, damn, man, why didn't you tell me? Because it's very close. It's like a 2 hour drive.
Hmm.
Uh, and he's like, nah, bro, I didn't want anybody to come. He goes, I barely even wanted my wife to come. I was like, wow. He goes, it's literally me, the chief, and like the few people I work with. And they're like, he goes, and he still gave a speech. I was like, who are you speaking to? There's nobody here. He's like, I was like, oh, I didn't. You compare the two, it's like,
Hmm.
damn, bro.
Is it a small agency?
Yes,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
it
Well,
is. But
yeah, I
still,
get it.
it's like, this is a big deal.
Yeah,
Like, you've
it's
worked
still a big
for
deal.
20 years and
Yeah. That's yeah. Yeah. Um, I've
he also had to
I,
go back to midnights
bro, we'll talk
after
about it in a
20
second.
years, bro.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. We'll dive into that in a second. But
Woo!
I did have some of that as far as like like taking stock of the accomplishment. and like
Yeah.
kind of like what it means, not necessarily what it means to me. Obviously, I know what it means to me, but like kind of like what it says about also what it says about me outwardly, right? It's like we have like almost 1,000 sworn people. This is
Yeah.
a big agency, so it's like not not to say that it's not difficult because I think it would be difficult in anywhere that you are, right?
Yeah.
But when you take the pool of people
Mhm.
you stretch it out a little bit. I think I'm a little bit more proud of it than I think than I realize, and how much, like I said, it's a big deal. So even if you only get one, it's still a big deal because
Yeah.
there's so many more that are not at that spot. Um,
Dude, I
yeah,
talked to a guy today, 41 years,
damn,
not no supervisor, no detect nothing. Just 41 years on the road, bro.
is he a human being?
Bro,
Is he
it
okay? Are you all
it
right?
was a fun conversation though, because he was just letting it rip.
God dang, man,
Yeah, bro.
shit. I can't imagine doing this thing for 41, 41 years at all in
On the
any
street,
aspect.
bro. On the
Yeah,
street.
well,
In the same town.
yeah, so you literally know everyone.
Yeah. There are pros and cons to it, but I'm like, yo, man, I don't know. Not for
Yeah,
me.
yeah,
There's just so many other things that I wanna do.
I don't know if I could.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm
As
not.
much as I love this job, or I should say the profession, the job's
Mhm,
changed.
yeah,
The profession itself. Uh, I'd still rather be home or doing what I wanna do or hanging out with my family, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
no.
I do get to do some. I do trust me. I do get to do some very very cool things.
Fuck
Um,
yeah, you do. You get paid to do it.
yeah, exactly. So I enjoy that aspect of it, but um, my goal and plan is to not have to be here past 25. Right? To
Yeah.
position myself to not have to stay. If you want to stay, depending on what you're doing, if you want to, great, by all means, whatever, right? But to set yourself up to not have to. I mean, I've seen people who like feel like that they get in these positions where they kind of have to, get in the drop and do whatever, continue to do it. I'm like, I don't really know if that's what I want for myself. I want to be
Yeah.
able to choose. I want to be able to choose, or at least have the illusion of choosing, to feel
Yeah,
better.
yeah,
At a minimum, the illusion of choice, so I can feel
yeah.
better about it. Um, yeah,
Alright,
uh,
with that being said, you're back on midnights, talk about that adjustment.
bro, it is. It
How long
is.
has it been since you were on midnights?
It's been about, let's see, the May will be 15, so probably like 11 or 12 years.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
forgot because you left me to go to school resource, bro.
I was chosen. I was thrust into some new positions, but yeah, since then. So it's uh
Ooh, buddy. It ain't the
brother,
same as when you're in your 20s, bro.
brother, this is a hey, I tell you all the time, hey, this is a young man's game. And
I'm not young anymore.
it's not that, relatively speaking, I'm young enough and I'm adaptable and we can make anything work, but
Yeah,
it is this past week has been has been an adjustment, trying to just find the groove and
yeah.
um obviously, back in beginning of career, we didn't really have much established outside of the job, right? So there wasn't really like
Oh, in the beginning? Yeah,
and
for
in the
sure.
beginning of our career, we didn't have anything like you're so excited just to be doing this. You don't have much. Maybe obviously you had family stuff, but even at that point, it's like the kids are small. They're not invested. They're not invested in anything else. They're just around. Um, so now that I have other things outside of work, it's a balance trying to find okay when do I sleep? How do I take naps? How do I get my fitness in? How do I do all this? When do I study?
Yeah.
When do I? So it's gonna be a transition. It's gonna be some adjusting to get back to it, bro. But I tell you what, those first 2 nights, brother, I was hurting bad. I was hurting bad, and people don't
Mm,
listen. I'm used to this thing. I'm used to getting up early for work,
mhm, mhm.
which is not it's not the same thing. I'm used to
No.
getting up. I'm used to getting up early, like doing the whole shift during the day, get off, maybe 12 or 1. sleep a couple hours, few hours, whatever, get up early, to be somewhere at like 4 or 5 in the morning. Hurts, not not the same kind of pain, right? Um, I'd much I'd much rather do that than the opposite. Be like you start late and have to stay up till it's early, bro. That is,
Oof, no.
and I don't think people understand this. The one a 1 hour difference during any part of the day is such a big difference. Like, and at different times of the day, it's way differently, right? So, like in the morning when you're trying to get to work, that 6 to 7 range is very telling of like if you're gonna make it to work early on time or not. You leave 15, 10 minutes early or late in that window, your whole day is completely behind by like hours and hours and hours, right? Um, hell, even if you like, for example, if you get off work at 4 instead of 5, that changes the course of your day because now you bypass some traffic, right? My brother, I tell you what, I don't know which hour hurts more in what I've experienced.
3 a.m.
3 a.m. wake up.
No, 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 no.
I had a I had
Working
a, I
all
had
ni-
a,
working
I had
all
a
night
two.
at 3 a.m. My body goes, nope. For me, that's for me. But go ahead,
So
go ahead.
I've had a couple. We do some special events. You have to be to essentially get up at the be somewhere at 4 in the morning. So like a 3 o'clock wake up to be somewhere at 4 in the
Yeah,
morning
that's
to do
rough.
that. That is rough, right? But you're still on a circadian rhythm, somewhat, right? I even had one more recently where I had to be somewhere at 3 in the morning, and that shit hurt, boy. I was like, oof, I was hurting. But I tell you what, working overnight, that 6 to 7 hour, brother. I don't know, man. I was ready. Hey, I was about ready to put in time. You know what? Nah, I'll put in a I'll put in an hour sick time for this. I'm hurting. I'm
Yeah.
hurting, bro. I'm like now I understand. Like when we were back in the day when you know the corporal in charge would be like, hey, get your reports in early. Like try to get them in before 5 or before 6 because that last
Yeah,
hour,
'cause
brother,
you
is
can't even read, bro.
I can't even read, bro. I can't even read. I can't even keep my. I can. I'm fighting to keep my eyes open. I'm
Yeah.
like, I had to get somewhere like within like 5 minutes of my house, just so I know I can make it home. Because if I'm on the other side of the county or whatever, bro, oh man. So it is an adjustment, 100% with I'm just not used to it. So it's gonna take
Yeah.
some time to kind of figure it out and get it to where it's working. That's something people don't understand about night shift. It's like, what do you do when you're coming off those shifts? Right?
Yeah.
You do a 3 day weekend. It's like, damn, do I
Sleep
stay
all
on
day.
a sleep all day or do I try to stay like take a nap or do I try to stay up as long as I can and just go to bed early the next night? So because you understand, it's like night shift is literally opposite of everyone and everything else.
Yes.
It is opposite of everyone. So it would be different if it's like, hey, we have nighttime banking, we have nighttime doctors, we have nighttime errands you can run, whatever. It doesn't work like that.
Nah.
So so if we had another part of the economy in the world that functioned at night, it wouldn't be so difficult, right?
Yeah.
But uh, or if you have a spouse or like for some people it works, right? Some people it works because you have some people get off at 6 or 7, they can take the kids to school, do whatever, sleep all day. By the time they wake up, pick the kids up, whatever. So for some people it works. It works. It don't work for me. It ain't like that. So so
Yeah.
so so, so I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. As soon as I get off it, I'm getting off that shit as soon as I can.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to be on it. I never wanted to be on it. I was telling you we are talking earlier offline. I was like, I probably slept maybe 5 hours today, and I'm like, I'm
Yeah,
still
because you
feeling it.
still gotta deal with shit. Like, you have
Yeah,
to deal with shit.
yeah,
Yeah. It needs
yeah.
your brain and
I'm still
time.
getting emails. I'm still getting calls. You gotta, bro. It is because most of the agency is on the regular schedule.
Yeah.
They're like, hey,
Well,
hey, we had a question about this. Hey, brother, I've been asleep for 3 hours. What do you need?
I one of the most out of pocket moments I had was coming off a midnight shift, and I was working, I think 7 to 7, which I
Mm,
still think is brutal.
yeah,
and it was like 8:39 in the morning, so I'd maybe been asleep an hour, maybe, because
Mm.
you don't sleep right away, whatever.
Mhm.
And I was living in the complex, and they started doing the lawn, mowing the lawn and weed eating and shit. Bro, woke me up, and I'm in my underwear, running downstairs, yelling and screaming. Long story short, though, we worked it out, and I said, "Just do my side last
Yeah,
of the
brother.
day, like
Please.
2, 3 o'clock. Come on, man." And
Please,
they
brother,
did. To their
please.
credit, they did.
Yeah.
Not to be the. It's not a one-up thing. It's just a
Mm.
co-misery thing.
Yeah.
Because I remember I was when I called you, I was like, "Bro, I'm going to the Secret Service. No more shift work."
Yeah.
No, that was a lie.
That's a lot.
You work a shift work, bro, and they rotate every 2 weeks. 2 weeks of mids, 2 weeks of mornings, yeah, days, nights, all that
Ugh,
shit. You're like,
ugh,
oh. And
ugh.
what I learned very quickly, especially on those, and we work 12-hour midnights too. Is those is that when you are on the road, you
Mhm,
were moving, driving, you could slide through, get some coffee, go hang out with
mm,
your boy, or you could have someone watch your back, while you
mhm,
maybe took a little,
mhm,
read the back of your eyelids for a minute, just recoup.
mhm.
But you could do stuff. You could like
Yeah.
move around, and you
Mhm,
interacted with people. Depending on what you're doing in the Secret Service,
mhm.
brother, you might be in a stairwell in the basement of a hotel by yourself for 12 hours.
Leaned up against the wall, bro. Just
And they come check on you to make sure you're awake. And you're just like this. Yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah, yeah. Hey, next round, can you bring some coffee down here when you come through next time? Appreciate you.
We'll see. So I learned that because when I was a side agent, so the side
Mhm.
agent, they're basically you're pretty much you're. It's hard to explain. You're working 24 hours, but you're not up. Like,
Yeah.
but every few hours you need to go make sure all your posts in,
Mhm,
everyone's good. And I started doing that, especially for my midnight people. Bro, there was a few. It doesn't work everywhere you go, clearly, but there was a few sites I had where they had like a concierge thing or whatever. I said, "Hey, could you slide that cart through all every floor up all the way down, and
mhm.
just coffee, a bagel, a muffin, a
Yeah,
fucking
something,
banana, whatever." Yo, listen,
something.
it wasn't nothing crazy. It didn't cost me nothing.
Mhm.
Every single poster was like, "Yo, this was the best assignment I
Clutch,
ever." Just basic human needs, bro.
clutch. You need that, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
You need that, bro. There's nothing like, 'cause I know shit, I know we've done it before. It's like, "Hey, man, I need you to uh, come sit next to me. I need to,
Bro, behind the bowling alley.
it's like, "Hey, I need to focus on a phone call. Can you come sit next to
Yeah,
me?"
I got
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
bro.
yeah, I got you, bro, I got you.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, man, it's an adjustment but so far so good. So far so good. It's been funny. I know I was telling you my story from last night. And my brother,
Ooh,
it's like, brother, you cannot make this shit up.
Home Alone shit, bro.
He's like, you can't make this shit up. I mean, it's obviously we just went through it or whatever, but uh, I put it this way, it was a first for me. Um, putting handcuffs on somebody covered in fucking paint.
Yeah. 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 Yeah,
You know?
unfortunately for everybody listening, we can't talk about active cases like in
Yeah,
detail because we've been doing that on Street Tales, but all those cases are old.
yeah, old and close. Yeah.
It's just the way it is. It's just the way the rules are. But there's so many funny fucking stories, bro.
I'm gonna say it's like exactly. It's like it was. Yeah, it kind of was like it looked like a scene of Home Alone where the burglar's covered
Yeah.
in paint. And you're like,
When he
what
gets
the
covered
hell?
in paint.
Yeah, just like I'm gonna get out of my car and be like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what is happening right now? What
Bro,
is this?
your next one is gonna be somebody that stepped on a nail, burned their hand, and got covered in feathers. You're like, bro, what is going on?
what is? I need a picture of that.
Oh, bro. All right. Switching gears, and we
hmm
didn't talk about this before, but I wanted to talk to you about it because
hmm
it's a reference to even though I think good old Tucker is going a little off the rails with the people he's talking to.
hmm
We get more hate and correction comments whenever we talk about like conspiracy shit and
Yeah.
interviews from Tucker. They're like, "That guy's a fucking quack. He's a bum. He's a fucking
Okay.
psych." All
Okay.
that. Yeah, so,
It's like
well,
okay.
I don't know this lady. Catherine Fitz.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think she worked for the CIA. I don't know what she worked. And I don't want to say. I don't know. I don't want to say what she did. But I haven't even finished it yet because I had to stop listening to it.
She was on. Well, she's the one. She was on Rogan too, right? If
Let
it
me
is,
see. I don't know.
if it is what I'm thinking about from memory, I think she was on an episode of Rogan as well. I believe.
Maybe I'll just say yes, and I don't know. Catherine
Uh-huh.
Fitz. And listen, call her whatever you want. The shit she was saying, it changed my perspective, and this is what I want to bring up to you because
Mm-hmm.
I'm a pro crypto guy. I think it's fun. It's interesting. I don't think that you should invest all your money. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial planner. Do not do anything or trade anything or buy anything based on our commentary. I had to learn to say that
Mm-hmm.
for my last interview. But
Yes.
she was
Yes.
perfect.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm a big fan of crypto. I think it's fun. I like the
Mm-hmm.
technology. I like the thought process behind it.
Mm-hmm.
You can be pro con. Everybody has their favorite coin, whatever, blah, blah, blah. This is not a crypto show, so I'm not doing that. But
Yeah.
I'm in general, overall, a fan and pro crypto.
Mm-hmm.
She has made me rethink some things.
So change your perspective a little bit, huh?
Oh, buddy. Because she's like, imagine a world, and it's
Mm-hmm.
very possible.
Mm-hmm.
If everyone goes to crypto, stable coin, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like that is the only and sole source of money. And the government's in control of it. And they decide we want to make sure Tyler stays right where he's at within a 15, 25-mile radius.
Mm-hmm.
They can do that because it's digital, side of the grid, whatever. And my money will no longer work outside that radius. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
or we need to make sure everyone's vaccinated. And until you get vaccinated, your money's turned off.
Mm-hmm.
We need to make sure your kids go to public school because that's
Mm-hmm.
what we fund. And you can't go to private school or homeschool. So until we see your son or daughter in this school, registered, whatever, your money's turned off. I was like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
that's very feasible. That's a
Mm-hmm.
very real world thing that could happen. I was like, no,
Yeah,
no,
and
wait.
I don't like it, brother. I
I don't
don't
like
like
that
it.
shit.
I
I
don't
don't like
like
that
it.
shit.
I think the way I've been feeling about there's a few things that are kind of lumped into the sentiments we just expressed. I feel the same way about a lot of things. Electric cars is one of them.
Yes.
Uh,
You're not
electric
buying an
cars is
electric car. You're buying all their data.
right. I was
Yeah.
like, I'm not a big fan of it. You ever seen the movie Wally?
Yeah, bro.
Okay. So you remember
Great movie.
one of the big points plots of the movie, like undertone of the movie, is that humans have become way too dependent
Reliant.
on
Yeah.
reliant on technology to the point they
Yeah.
couldn't do anything.
You
Technology
couldn't
did
even
everything
move.
for them. They couldn't even move. They atrophied the whole body because they couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
I don't want to get to that point, right? I don't want to get to that point when it comes to technology. I don't want to get to that point when it comes to when and I don't like this idea that they can shut it off and control it. It not that they can't necessarily do that now, right?
Mm,
With some things, right? Not as dramatic as you know the crypto because that's a lot. I feel like the crypto and the electric car things is a lot easier for
yeah.
them to do now because it's just one channel, right? But what's to say power grid,
Oh, yeah. No, that's a thing.
right? That's what, you know what I mean. What's to say agriculture? Hey, we stopped. Hey, we shut off these roads. Hey, we shut this down. We shut that down to kind of control things, whatever. I'm like, hmm. So I lean a little bit more to, and you know me. I love all these fucking dystopian future shows. Like right now, Paradise is my favorite one.
Oh, I just
Pa-
started watching Last of Us.
Yeah, Last of Us is another great one. I think if you haven't watched Paradise, you should watch it. It's a wonderful show. It's an amazing show. Sterling K. Brown is great in it. The concept of the show is very, very fucking good and very plausible. I think, especially with what's going on in the world right now, right?
I believe
But
you, and Last of Us gives me nightmares, so that's fine.
right, but
Shit
it's
coming
kind
out of
of
their mouth, bro. Ugh.
but it's like, what happens when everything shuts down?
bro, it's bad. I'll tell you
Right,
that right now.
right. It's like, can you, can you survive? Do you know what to do to survive? I think,
Let me ask you
I think
this:
there's
do
a
you want to survive, bro? Do you want
well,
to survive in that world? That's my hardest thing, bro.
okay. This is a BJ's philosophical type question, right?
Yeah,
You pose that question, and then this has been in the back of my mind a little bit, just kind of like, let's say the last 5 6 months, right? What is it in because it's in us, right? The drive and the want to uh the term life always finds a way. Like what is that innately inside of us that causes us or forces us or wants us or pushes us forward to survive and to live and to just make it and push through. I'm like, it's not it's gotta be some sort of like biological thing where because you asked the question like, would you want to? Like in theory, you don't really want not that you want to fucking off yourself, right? But it's like, no, I would rather
no,
not have to, live through fucking, a nuclear fucking, blast and try to, eat fucking cockroaches or, weird shit like that. It's like, no, nobody really ideally wants to do that. Right. But there is something that's inside of us where you would push through and try to do it anyway. And I'm like, what? I'm what is that? What is that?
it would be again for me. The only thing that would keep that drive,
Hmm.
and I'm not saying it'd be easy. I'm like in my head, I've thought through this shit. I
Hmm.
I had to think through this shit when I was on the detail in Secret Service
Hmm. Yeah.
because it was like, hey, inbound, America's under attack.
Yeah.
We have this, and this in place, and this is where you'll bunker up and hunker down. But and I'm like, and I remember because you have to learn all this stuff.
Hmm.
And I remember thinking to myself, I don't want to be trapped down here for months, years, fuck, who knows, with
Hmm.
y'all motherfuckers. Number one, I'm like,
Hmm.
y'all are cool, but you're not that cool. And then number two, I don't know if I could live with myself knowing either A, my children are dead,
Hmm.
or B, they're having to nomad land, survive, struggle, eat squirrel, whatever,
Yeah.
cockroaches. And I'm down here, whatever.
Eating Rice Krispie treats out the package. You know what I mean?
It would destroy me. I couldn't live that way. So
Yeah.
it's a little complex.
Hmm.
If my family was alive, that's the only thing that would push me and move me
Hmm.
to want to figure it out. But if it's like everyone's gone and we're Last of Us style with
Yeah.
fucking parasites coming out and people are hunting me all the time, or what was it, the Walking Dead type
Walking
shit,
Dead. Yeah.
bro,
Yeah.
that looks miserable,
Yeah. It's like what? Like I don't know, man.
miserable, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
That dystopian shit. I just it's like the only type of shows I can watch lately. Cop shows I never get into because
No,
whatever.
I can't because I start yelling at the TV.
Is that I'm just like whatever.
I, I'm 90 years old going, that's not how it is.
That's not how it goes. Or I've already figured it out in the first 5 minutes. I was like, you guys didn't notice that?
Oh, people
Anyway,
hate me, bro. I'm like, oh,
yeah.
that's the suspect. Well, shut up. Why you got my daughter?
I'm like, you didn't see
Yeah,
that?
yeah. Baby
Whatever.
girl's
Anyway,
like, why you always got to ruin it? I'm like, it's so obvious. Not
yeah,
to
it's obvious.
me, not to
Okay.
everyone else that's watching it.
Yeah. I don't like reality TV shows. I don't. There's not a lot of TV shows that I actually like would
Well, because it's not even
sit through.
reality, bro. That's the real
Yeah,
thing. It's
it's like
nah,
made up
anyway.
bullshit. I'm like, I can't.
Yeah,
One thing,
scripted drama.
yeah,
Whatever.
yeah. One thing I watch obviously is a lot of Marvel shit, comic book stuff, and uh, YouTubes, and all kind of conspiracy type shit. Documentaries, that kind of shit. But dystopian, you want to get me sold on the show? Dystopian future, I'm in. I'm locked in. Let's do it. Let's get after it. That is some sci-fi shit. Let's go. I'm all in.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you want to watch Bridgerton? No, I don't. No, that sounds horrible. That sounds terrible. No.
For what?
Yeah, yeah. You want to watch a Bravo show? No, no, I don't. Nothing about that is appealing to me whatsoever.
The only thing I used to like to watch on Broad, they don't really do anymore, and it's not the same as it was 10, 15 years. The renovation stuff, just because I
Mm,
got ideas. I
yeah.
was like,
Oh,
"Oh,
well,
I
yeah.
think I like that. Oh, I like that." Yeah, things
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That was
I
it.
can,
But I saw. I
yeah,
get. Yeah, I'm an old man, bro. I'm like, oh,
yeah.
I can learn something.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, oh, wait a minute. Hmm.
I can learn a
Okay, yeah,
skill.
yeah. I can,
Hmm.
okay. Hmm. It's like, why is your search, why is your search history, circular saw, projects? It's like, because I want to learn something new. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
What? This is
bro.
interesting.
I remember I was on a midnight shift, and it is what it is. But so you go out, you do your rotation, you come back, and you're with the small group,
Mm,
and which all just means everyone talks for like the first 2 3 hours, and then it's dead quiet.
yeah.
And you got somebody over there typing or studying. You got someone reading a book. You got somebody else that plugged their fucking GameCube or something into the TV
Hmm.
and is playing fucking Call of Duty or whatever. That's what it is.
Hmm.
And I'm sitting there watching my YouTube shit on my downtime, and one of the guys was like, "What are you watching?" I was like, "Oh, it's art renovation." What, bro? Why are you watching? I was like, it's fascinating.
That's
I mean, look,
interesting.
look at how destroyed this piece of art was. He
Yeah,
fixed it. And they're like, bro, you are insane. Bro, I'll watch that for 5 hours.
bro. I tell you what. Um, these kinds of videos always. I find myself like caught in a trance. Like same way, it'd be like watch restorations
Yes,
or
dude. The super
the one.
meticulous shit.
Yes, or the ones where it's like I don't know how real these are, but it's like it's the one dude building a fucking like log
Oh,
cabin
in Cambodia, bro.
in the in the middle of
Yeah.
whatever, and I'm like, how's this gonna turn out? I was like, God, and then they're like, I wonder if he really brought all those tools here by himself. Huh, interesting. How do you set the camera? You know, it's like I'm like, oh, but I tell you, and I think we talked about this before. I was like, a Bob Ross video
Oh,
every
yeah.
time. Fucking sucker for a Bob Ross picture, bro.
Done, bro.
Because he starts off, I'm like, what are you about to make? I already put
What
that
is
there.
this?
What is this? Why is it? It
Oh,
seems like a weird line. What is that? Uh,
yeah. I do like the
huh.
indigo red. That looks good.
Like,
That's a nice
mm,
highlight.
mm, interesting. Oh,
Or
that's a
when he just
that's a
right in the middle of the
that's
painting, right in the middle of the painting, he takes that brush and goes woof, and you're like,
you're like I'm like, whoa. I was like, oh,
what? Oh, he made a waterfall. Yeah, bro.
oh, you're like, oh, those are trees. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh, every
Uh,
every time, bro. So there's a bar we go to here, and they literally it's all they play on the TV is Bob Ross. There's one TV in there.
Smart, bro.
But it's a nice, it's a nice, schwanky fucking, I don't want to say elegant, but it's a very nice, like niche, upscale, like bar. It's a very, very nice bar. They make all the drinks have names. They take like 10 minutes to make the drink. It's that kind of place, right?
Yeah.
One TV in there, it's always playing Bob Ross on a loop. And even, bro, I catch myself doing it in conversation. You just meet people at the bar, whatever. You kind of, you do like a glance up. You're like, hmm, yeah, interesting. It's one second.
Hold on a second.
Huh.
He's painting it. He's putting a cabin. He's putting a
It's like, yeah,
cabin in. Hold
yeah, it's like, yeah. It's like I've been going back and forth on this for about 10 minutes. So I want to see in this finish. Huh. Oh.
Bro, my new favorite, or maybe what it's. I can't remember if it's a channel. Or not. It pops up in my dumb ways to die. Oh, bro, it's like people hanging on like a telephone or like a live wire, hitting it with a fucking wrench, and then you're like, he's gonna die. And sure, I'm like,
You're like,
what? How'd you not
what are
know
you,
that was gonna happen?
what are you doing?
What are you doing, bro?
Uh,
Bro, I send them to you a lot. So, oh my, all right. What is rich, bro? I think we're just gonna go backwards.
um, yeah, man. What is it? We were talking about offline. We're talking about some money stuff, and what does it mean to be rich? What does that mean? Is it
I
a
think it has to
set
be
number?
personal to everybody, though.
Yeah, it's like is it a set number? Is it a ratio of what you're bringing in versus what's going out? Is it a feeling? Is it because I put it this way, even though I am now, just got a nice little raise, right? But to me, that's not what I would deem to be. I think even though I've been making as much money as I've probably ever made, that's not necessarily what makes me feel rich. I feel more rich than I ever have, and it's not because of the money, right? It's based off it's things that it's actually more based off of things that can't be bought
Uh-huh.
and can't be quantified in terms of like a dollar. So like, you know, and the people always say it's very cheesy, health is wealth. It is. Especially if you especially if you've felt the negatives of not being healthy, if you ever not felt good, if your
Uh-huh.
body's ever not felt good, you've been injured or sick or whatever, and then to kind of bounce back from that. I think that is another um, another way to feel some wealth or some riches. Um, time. I have more time. My mood is a lot more calm. I don't feel as like anxious. You know what I mean? Sleeping a lot better. So those are the things that I look at as like, okay, I'm as rich as I've ever been. Because like people are like, oh yeah, I could cry in my Bugatti. I was like, yeah, but you're fucking crying. So
Mhm.
that's not that's not desirable to me. I don't want to be upset. I don't want to be down, whatever. I was like, I'd feel fine in my Chevy Tahoe. I'd rather be happy in my Tahoe than crying in my fucking Bugatti.
Yeah, I rich is hard. I can tell you, I'm much easier at telling you what not rich is because I've lived that the
Yeah.
majority of my life, going hungry,
Hmm.
having to work overtime because of an unforeseen tie
Hmm.
rod getting thrown in your engine, and
Yeah.
not having the money to pay it off.
Yeah.
Um, Mounting debt that just keeps getting higher and higher, and the interest rate gets higher and higher, and
Hmm.
your interest on the debt is more than you can actually pay.
Hmm.
That's not rich.
That's not rich.
It's not a good feeling working
Mm-mm.
100 hours a week and it's still not being able to do anything, and all you do is work and you can't sleep because you're working. That's not rich, and I've done all those things.
Mhm.
So rich for me, I remember the first time I felt rich.
Mhm.
It was like somebody was like, "Hey, we got paid this week," and I was like, "Oh, where?" Like I wasn't like,
So,
"Oh my god, we got paid. I can pay." It wasn't like that.
yeah.
I didn't have that feeling.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Oh, 100%.
Listen, government employee, I'm not rich,
Yeah.
but that feeling of I'm okay,
Mhm.
all the bills are paid,
Mhm.
I'm good. Material
Mhm.
things are not a thing for
Yeah.
me.
I've
I'll say, except for having a truck, I really like having a truck.
yeah. Well, I mean,
Whatever
that's
that,
yeah. Yeah.
that's
But
just a
I look
comfort thing.
I look at it in terms of, like, I wake up this is not an original quote by me, but I loved I think Cat Williams said this, and I was thinking about it, I was like, "Yeah, this is that what he's saying is a sentiment I'm that I'm talking about." He's like, "I wake up every day, and I have everything I need." And I
Yeah,
it's like I wake up every day, everything I need. I'm in a I live a very, very, very blessed life, right? There's more things that I could want, but there's probably nothing that I need. I wake up every day with not a need for anything. Say like
yeah,
anything I'd say 85% of the things that I want to do on a day-to-day basis, I could just wake up and do.
yeah. Listen,
Outside of like, yeah, I mean, even if I don't feel like going to work, I have plenty of time built up. Like I could just not go, or I could like, hey, I need a day. I need a day to go. You know,
sit on the
drive
boat and
down.
smoke cigars.
Yeah, sit on the boat, smoke cigars, or I need to drive to Miami to go get a passport. It's like I have the, it's like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
bro.
I have the the ability to do that or to enact some of those things or do some of those things where it's like, or it's like, hey, let's go to dinner. Oh, well, I don't want, I don't want to spend any money. It's like, I know you don't. I was like, but we can't.
Yeah, it's a good place to be.
Yeah,
That to
yeah.
me, that is rich. And listen, we're sitting here talking like it. I didn't mean for this to happen, but I feel very Secret Service heavy for some reason.
Hmm.
Whatever ties into the show. But
Hmm.
I have been around extreme wealth and
Hmm.
power. They are different people. They don't understand 99% of the world's problem. They don't get it. It's not a
Yeah.
thing that crosses their mind, and they have no
Hmm.
ability to empathize
Hmm.
or understand what is happening.
Hmm.
They don't give a fuck that eggs are 30, 40, 50% higher. They don't know.
Yeah, they don't feel it.
They don't care that milk is $8 a gallon or whatever. It doesn't fucking go to LA where gas
Hmm.
is the highest I ever saw was like almost it was
Bro,
like
that's
7.89 a
that is
gallon,
crazy.
$7, and just filling up the tank like, yeah, so I'm like, oh,
Hey, you just spent $200 on the tank. Oh, did I? Oh, okay, yeah.
what? Where? Oh, okay,
Okay.
yeah, whatever.
It needed to get filled, so it's fine. Whatever. Like,
Wild, bro. Wild. Or
but
order a $300 steak. Well done. Yeah, I want you to take the steak, butterfly it, and then cook it so it gets all the sir, we do sell hamburgers.
Exactly. That yeah. So you bring up a good point. But that shit like that always kind of makes me wonder about, and this is a very very broad thought process. It's a very macro level thought, right? Of all the technological things we can do and that we have and all these things, it's like, but you still have people that are worried about paying or that are worried about the cost of eggs. It's like, well, we so
You can
you know
fly to
we
across the you can fly across the world.
we can fly across the world.
Yeah,
I was like, we have planes that can fly faster than the speed of sound, and we have people who are worried about the price of eggs.
yeah.
Like some of the things just really like don't really line up, and it causes me to to wonder where's the breakdown in like humanity or just in humanity just across the world across the world just in general of like I think if we wanted to have a utopia where like people weren't really like wanting for anything or like hurting for anything,
Mhm.
we probably could.
Yeah.
We probably could have no healthcare. We probably could have no cost for secondary education. We probably could have no a lot of things that we probably could have. It's like you've seen. It's like man, we have people who live in 9,000 square foot houses and people who live in fucking who are underneath a park bench. They're sleeping, and it's like, does this really have to happen? Does this really need to be this way when we can we can fix this, right?
Well, I have hard feelings with that. In the oh, bro, we might edit this part because
I told you, it's a very macro level thought, right? There's
yeah,
obviously there's nuance to a lot of this shit, right? It's like, but
yeah,
when you're looking at humanity as a whole, of all the things we've accomplished, all the things that
yeah.
we can do, it doesn't like we've accomplished we've accomplished so much, but yet we haven't solved a lot of smaller problems, if that makes sense.
Yes, because people,
Hmm.
uh, it's the dichotomy of people, bro. For all the love, grace,
Hmm.
mercy, that you see, there's evil
Well,
and there's hatred and there's greed.
mm.
You know
It's wild. It's wild to me. It's not that I don't get it because I
why
do. I
why
mean,
why
yeah.
why do people do the crimes they do? And I'm talking
Oh,
about the ones we don't talk on this show, the
well,
ones
yeah,
against kids, the ones
yeah,
against the elder. Why is that?
yeah. I don't know.
Or why did people get? You look at some of the cartel shit, skinning people,
Yeah,
cutting their heads off, killing their whole family to
crazy.
like two, three and four whatever it is.
Yeah,
Everyone's dead. Like why?
wild, bro. It's wild.
Yeah,
It's crazy. It's crazy as fuck.
yeah.
It's fun. It's
Back to
like,
the
but yeah,
homeless thing, though.
yeah.
Back to the homeless thing. I have yet to find a homeless person. And again, listen,
Mm,
I am one of the few. I talk to a lot of people, including
mm,
home, especially when we were working.
yeah, yeah.
They're always around, so you talk to
Mm,
them.
mm,
I have yet ever, and correct me if I'm wrong. And again, it's just my experience. So that didn't have something. It wasn't like I'm just down on my luck. I mean, well, actually, you know what? Take that back. Take that back. We just Mo and I
mm,
talked to. She talks about Janelle Thomas. She was a
yeah.
retired detention officer.
Mm,
I'm gonna say officer because it's in New York. And
mm,
there was a 3 month stint where 3 months, bro, 90 days. BJ, imagine you retire for 90 days. Like people just hear the time, but like lived in
yeah.
her car because she didn't have a home.
Hmm,
Yeah. So besides that scenario, but
mm,
again, she figured it out, right?
yeah.
Usually they got other things going
Yeah.
on.
There's other stuff going on. Yeah. Yeah.
My
Mental
my
health
favorite
is you know.
was my
Yeah.
favorite was living in a tent behind the IHOP.
Mm-hmm,
It doesn't matter. I'm not gonna say any more name. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
mm-hmm,
And talking to him, and he's like, I got sick and tired of the grind and working for the man.
mm-hmm.
My man, you
Yeah.
smell like pee
Mm-hmm.
and you live in a tent in the dirt with a bunch of other homeless people behind an IHOP. All right. I mean, do you, bro? I mean, I guess do
Yeah.
you?
On a couple occasions. And I remember this is actually before I was a cop. This is actually I was in college. I was in Daytona Beach,
Yeah.
and um, I'm really big. I like being by the water. And obviously, Daytona Beach is a fucking beach. Um, and so you can actually drive out on the beach on that side. I remember being out there, just just collecting my fucking thoughts, trying to figure out life and shit. And there was this homeless guy out there, and just happened to be walking by, asked for some change, and I was like, I think I kind of getting like $5, some shit like that I had. And I said, "Oh man, I appreciate that." I was like, "Man, can I ask you a question?" I was like, what? Like, how did you
How did this
like?
happen?
Yeah, how did this happen? Like, how did you
Yeah.
like? And I'm 20-year-old, 21 or 22 years old, you know, contemplating fucking life, and I'm looking at this guy. I'm like, it's one of those things. I was like, I wasn't trying to be rude, but like, I'm asking because like I don't want to be. This looks like a place I don't want to be.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm like, hey man, like, how did you get here? Or whatever. He's like, to be honest, he's like, this makes more sense for me. I was like, okay, uh, interesting. He's like, again, he's like, I find everything I need throughout the course of the day. He's like, I may have to ask, for help here and there, whatever. He's like, but he's like, I found a nice warm place to sleep. It's like we live in, we're in Florida. It's like I'm never overly cold. I'm not worried about freezing to death. Um, like I find what I need on a day to day basis. He's like, and I have no stress. He's like, it seems like you're out here because you're trying to figure some stuff out. You to yourself. He's like, which one of us is more stressed right now? You or me?
I
And I
was
was
just
like,
about to say there are sometimes there
yeah,
are moments because again, I talk to people, it
mhm,
is what it is. Um, where I'm like, I've had moments in my life where I'm like, I
hmm,
kind of get it. I kind of get it.
yeah,
You don't have no bills. Nobody's looking for you.
yeah,
Most people ignore you or want to ignore you.
mhm.
So in that aspect, I do get it.
Yeah. I got what he was saying. I was like,
I'm tracking. I just
I
don't know
had
how
no
long I don't know how long I could sustain that.
Yeah, I had zero rebuttal, right? But at the same time, his point was he's like I've lived a lot more life than you have. He's like this
Yeah.
at this stage of where I am in life and the things that things that I've done or places I've been. He's like this is more fitting for me than than the opposite of trying to like make it or trying to you know as we all say being in the rat race, right?
Yeah.
Um, for and I look at it too, it's like things I've probably said this before. It's like a J. Cole quote. He's like, if certain things are your driving motivation for doing certain things, he's like, it'll never be enough, right? So if you're doing a certain job for money, like if money is your ultimate thing, it's like you'll never have enough to be satisfied or to be happy with it if that's your
No,
only
because
goal.
somebody always has more, bro.
Or somebody else got more, and there's always more to get, or you'll always need more. Like if it's cars, you'll never have enough.
Yeah.
If it's women, you'll never have enough. If it's just sex, you'll never have enough of it to be happy and to be whole. I was like, oh, that shit actually really fucking spoke to me. So I was like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't really be focusing on like doing things for the sake of like a dollar. I think this shit is 50 Cent's funny as fuck to me. And I always thought this quote was
Bro,
hilarious.
especially now, bro. He's going off the
Especially
rip.
now, right? That's right. But there's some truth in his comment. And he says if it's not necessarily related to money either. I just think it's funny as fuck. Um, he's like if your looks are your biggest asset, he's like eventually you're gonna do some whole shit. I was like,
Yeah.
huh,
Yeah, you're gonna
huh.
have to, bro.
He's like, you're gonna
Yeah.
have to. He's like, eventually, you're gonna eventually, if that is your biggest asset. So I was like, yeah, I don't want that to be my biggest thing. So I want to make sure I'm read up, I'm smart, I'm accomplished, I have all these different skills. I was like, because I don't want that to be like, oh, you're handsome, so it's like, but you can't do anything else. I'm like, yeah, I don't think that's a good place to be in. I don't really think that's a good spot to be in. I was like, I think I I assumed that was more directed at women, right? Because women are more coveted for their beauty and their
Yeah.
and their attractiveness, right? But I'm like, if that's your biggest selling point, and that's really all you have to offer.
Mm. You might do some whole shit.
I was like,
You know
oh
what?
shit.
You just reminded me that I haven't thought about this in years, but for those who don't know, I used to be a financial specialist
hmm
for Wachovia, which doesn't exist anymore. That was the first I made it job. I felt like I made it because I was making more money I'd ever made,
hmm
and I was right on St. Pete Beach,
hmm
memory serves. Anyway, whatever. But there was this older gentleman. His first name was Guy. That was a real name because I managed his accounts.
Mhm.
Dude had millions, millions. But every time he would come in to do whatever his banking business, he was only in a bathing suit, no shirt, no shoes, no flip flops. Skin looked like a leather satchel, bro. I don't even have a bro.
Like a leather
And so
wallet, bro. This is
yeah,
terrible.
and then I looked up his address because I'm like, yo, this dude's got millions. He lived in this little. I don't know if they have them in Tampa, but they have like these beach cottages, and there may be
Mm.
maybe 200-300 square feet. I don't know. It's like a bed, a
Like a tiny
bathroom, and a
house.
sink. Yeah, think of it that way. But they're like
Yeah.
a whole row of them, right?
Mm.
That's where he lived, and he didn't have a car. And where he lived was like 2 blocks from where the bank was.
Mhm.
That was his life.
Hmm.
And so I asked him one time. I was like, I forgive
That
me
is
if I'm overstep. I was like, I don't understand. You have plenty of. Well, he goes, yeah, but I have everything I need. He goes, I want for nothing. He goes, I wake up every day in front of the beach. I go lay on the beach, swim in the beach, also bathed in the beach. That was his whole deal. Whatever.
okay.
The salt water was his cleanser, I guess.
Okay.
Um, also smoke cigarettes like a fucking
Mm.
fiend, bro. Just like he would light one after, not in the branch, but whatever. Um, he goes, I did all that for so long. I don't want to do it anymore. Bro didn't have a wife. He was like, it's just me.
Mhm.
I mean, he seemed to have, I don't know, bro.
Yeah. You know what?
That's the
I've gotten
closest, that's the closest I could be to homeless. And I'm not saying I'd have to have millions of money, but a beach house, shack, cottage, whatever the fuck, no stresses on me.
mm,
Okay.
yeah. Bro, this is probably the most peaceful I've probably been in a very long time. Um,
Yeah.
and obviously it's taking, yeah, you and I both, gone through some shit to get here, right? So I think I'm
Oh yeah. Yeah.
a lot more appreciative, um, of it, um, where I am now than I was, and I appreciate the journey for sure.
Yeah.
But also thinking about that kind of leads me into one of the other things we had on here was like letting yourself go,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. I
And
was about to say.
how much of I guess how much of letting yourself go is a result of what we're talking about, being at peace with whatever versus just being lazy or uncommitted.
Hmm.
I don't know. I'm in that, not that I'm letting myself go, right? But I've transitioned into a different stage of life where like fitness wise or health wise, different things are important to me at this stage of the game, right?
Hmm.
Um I don't know, man. It's like, but like you look at people who have been maybe like coveted for their health or things that they can do physically over like throughout their lifetime. Uh, Probably you probably see it more so with athletes who are like in the public eye more so. Right? We're used to seeing them do shit. We're used to seeing them, in their prime one way or the other. And you look at them now, you're like, man, motherfucker really let himself go. I was like, this guy was an elite athlete for maybe 20 years. I was like, do you know how hard it is to maintain that? E-
Hmm.
even for a year, even for put it this way, Usain Bolt is the fastest man that's ever lived. Right? He won 3 Olympic gold medals. He won, gold 3 times in a row.
Hmm.
That's how many? That's 12 years.
Hmm.
You know how hard it is to maintain that just for a 4 year span.
Hmm.
And then we're like, unless you think of you as an average Joe, average person or whatever, who doesn't have the time, money, and whatever, how difficult it is to sustain that for over course of time. And I'm like, yeah, I used to be, a guy would be like, yeah, I'm gonna get off my fucking 12-hour shift and hit the gym for 2 hours, and then I'll sleep for three, and then whatever. And I'm like, bro, buddy, that is
I told you it was coming.
that is not sustainable. So I think it's and you see it too with like a lot of bodybuilder guys too, Olympians, right? So it's like how I think it's easier to see how difficult it is now because we live in such a digital age where you can kind of watch what they're doing or on a daily basis or whatever. I was like, but you imagine like shit. We saw it for somebody like Arnold Schwarzenegger, who's like the fucking golden age. He's the guy, right? And then he shows up in Terminator 1, 2, and 3. And like
Yeah,
Arnold
yeah.
looks like he's letting himself go. Now imagine saying that shit about Arnold fucking Schwarzenegger.
I
Ah,
know,
he's letting
bro.
himself go. He's not as big as he used to be. Blah blah blah. Whatever. I'm like, that's wild to me. But I'm like, how much of that is attributed to letting yourself go, or just fucking life just kind of happened.
Yeah. Funny you should bring that up today because I was talking with my son this
Hmm.
morning. Um, as everybody knows, Marine. So with what's going on in the world right now, I was like,
Hmm.
"Yo, you good? We good? Where we at? What's going on
Yeah.
with you?" So he seems fine, but we were just talking about life and the some of the positive things happening um, for me, I guess,
Hmm.
and for us.
Hmm.
And he's like, "Man, I hope you don't turn into one of those old guys that lets yourself go." I was like, "Damn, what? Do you know something I don't know? Shit." Oh shit, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. It's in my new position, right? It's a lot of the guys on the squad are obviously younger than me. Some of them are still in FTO. They've only been on a couple of years. One of the guys like he's fresh out of college. Like, man, the corporal's big as shit. I was like, bro, yeah, brother, you have no idea. I was like, you have no idea. All right.
Yeah, yeah.
I've been where you're at. You
Oh, I
know,
saw your post. I saw your post, by the way.
yeah, it's like, I said, I said it because I was like, damn, that was 12 years ago. That's crazy. It seems longer than that, kind of, right?
Yeah.
But I was like, but yeah, but man, I was like, man, fuck. Uh, I was looking at it and I saw that because last week I was doing some, I was doing some bench work or whatever, and I was like, man, I'm doing like pause reps with like 4 or 5. And I'm like, I never in my day at that 12 years ago, I didn't think that'd be possible, right? But that's not because I'm going like overboard. Right? I'm not going like overboard. Like that's my main goal. That's just honestly just consistently doing that shit. A little bit over that I've been living. It's like, listen, I just want to be strong, in good shape. Want my clothes to fit nice. I want to feel good when I wake up in the morning. Basically, what's the term? I work out enough to fucking fight. That's it, right? So, so, so
Bro, I can't remember who said it. I I can't remember if it was in a movie. I can't remember. It's like one of them old memories that's stuck in
mhm,
there somewhere. But they were talking about, how tall are you? How much do you weigh? What all
mhm.
this stuff. He goes, I don't look at none of that. He goes, all I care about, do I look good naked? Whatever that number is, that's what I want.
That's it. That's it. That's it. It's like, listen, does my lady feel safe when she's next to me? All right, cool. That's all I need to worry about. That's it.
Bet.
It's like that. That's really it.
Yeah. Well, bro,
Yeah.
I think we're gonna save the one topic for next one.
Ah, yes, 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 yes.
Respectful time, bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right. Anything else? We good?
Yeah, that's it, man. That's it.
Ooh, we both tired, bro. We both had
That's
a
it. Oh,
long
wait,
day.
wait, wait. I do got one. It was a
Go
quote. I
ahead.
just wrote it down. We're talking about this circles back to the beginning. Um, you're talking about some of the stuff I got going on and the imposter
Yeah.
syndrome or whatever. I heard this the other day, and I've always kind of thought because I've just been saying it because that's just the way this is the way my brain processes shit.
Yeah.
And it was basically talking about don't think of things in terms of easy or hard, right? Because
Yeah.
if you tell yourself, especially subconsciously, that something is too hard or is hard or difficult, your the brain does what it does, right? You're always going to
Yeah.
find ways to make it more difficult. It's like you think about it in terms of familiar and unfamiliar, and that's what I say. But it's like it's not that. It's in certain things, it's like, hey man, it's only you're only struggling with it right now because it's unfamiliar, not because it's too difficult, right? I was like, so you think about it in terms of that, you'll be in a lot better place. Don't think about things in terms of easy or hard. Just unfamiliar versus familiar. That's it. We'll leave it at that.
I like it, bro. I think that's a good way to end it.
There we go.
All right. Don't go anywhere.